What the projectionist brings to the cinematic experience is that if he's doing his job well, you don't know he's there. If you put on a flawless performance, people aren't going to necessarily think there's a man at the back doing it. They just take it as it comes. Well, it was something that always interested me. I'd go to the cinema and I'd see the light coming through a little hole at the back. And I go, oh, I wonder what goes on up there. And one day I thought, well, I'm going to find out what goes on out there. So I wrote to a few cinemas asking if I could visit the projection boxes. And then one of the cinemas in particular, they ended up with a vacancy. So the day after I went in there, went out to the projection box, and the first thing he said to me was, when can you start? And that was it.
There's quite a lot of training into being a 35mm projectionist. It takes between 1 and 3 months really, depending on the person, to learn all the timing and everything, lacing up the projectors, all the different controls for the lighting, curtains and everything. When I was a projectionist, I had to lace up the films in the projector, start up the films, open the curtains, the things that really make it an experience of going out rather than just watching a film at home.
You get the films in, you would check the films, make sure they were all right, they were the right films and the right cans, and you had the right number of reels in the right order. You check for any damage to them, if there was any, and repair it if you could. Show the film, and then when the run was finished, you'd pack it all the way into the cans, put it in the case and take it downstairs for collection. Yeah, it didn't feel so much a job as a way of life.
Well, the projectionist is absolutely crucial. The chains of exhibitors themselves don't see it that way. They make more money out of confectionery sales than they actually make from the cinema ticket.
Other projectionists, film and digital projection, are pretty much the same as mine. There's nobody got a good word to say for it, really. A lot to do with that is how many people are losing their jobs over it. Because not everyone's fortunate enough, as I was, to be in a position to be able to retire.
The kinema's going over to digital because the industry as a whole in the UK is going over to digital quite quickly. It's being driven by the distributors mainly because it saves them a lot of money, and we're going over to digital because eventually they'll stop making 35mm films altogether, so we've got to change to survive.
What do I think the future looks like for the projectionist? Inevitably bleak.
I think the future for projectionists is quite bleak, to be honest. I mean, especially in some of the bigger companies, they'll certainly be looking to it as an excuse to cut down staffing costs.
I think these days there's a feeling among the cinema owners that projectionist skills aren't needed anymore because anyone who can use a keyboard and a mouse can do the job.
I would imagine that there will be a future for a handful, perhaps, of very, very skilled, very knowledgeable, very specialised projectionists.
People would say to me, you'll miss cinema when you go, and I say, well, I've been missing it for quite some time.
As a job, I suspect it's gone the way of television repairman. We just don't need it anymore.